Now, with that being said, there are some terrible Bibles. This would not be a full-on discussion if we didn't talk about some of the terrible Bibles. Okay, this is the New World Translation. The New World Translation. Everybody knows John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And I think everybody also knows the perversion that's put in there, that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was a God. Right? We all know that the Jehovah's Witnesses put that in because they want you to believe that Jesus was not God. Right? So everybody knows that one. But the New World Translation, as the Jehovah's Witness specific Bible, is very sectarian. Colossians 1:16 to 17 in the New World Translation reads this: "Because by means of him all other things were created in the heavens and on earth, and the things visible and the things invisible, whether they are thrones or lordships or governments or authorities or all other things, have been created through him and for him. Also he is before all other things, and by means of him all other things were made to exist." Do you see the error in there? Now, I don't know if it's an error. I think it was done purposely. Highlighted in yellow is that little word other. That little word other. Because by means of him, all other things were created in the heavens and on the earth. See, they put the word other in there because it pulls Jesus down from his proper place as God. All other things were created in the heavens and on earth, and things visible and things invisible, whether on thrones or lordships or government or authorities, all other things have been created through him and for him. So if you look in the Greek text, doesn't matter whether it's Textus Receptus or the modern critical text, that word other is not in there. Why do they put that in there? Because they want you to believe that Jesus is not God. Okay, the New World Translation is a terrible Bible translation. If you have it and you're using it for just figuring out what the Jehovah's Witnesses believe, that's fine. But if you are studying it like it's the Word of God, I would advise you to get another one. Get a different translation. This one might be a little bit controversial, but the Passion Translation's made waves recently, and it's wild. It is absolutely wild. One, there's some questions surrounding Brian Simmons and his character and who he is and what he saw and what he did. The vision that supposedly had him go out and create the translation. Then there's questions about his ability to create a translation in the first place. Is he qualified? A number of people suggest he's not qualified. But here's an example from the New King James Version, Psalm 18:1. "I will love you, O Lord, my strength." What does Psalm 18:1, the Passion Translation, say? "Lord, I passionately love you. I want to embrace you, for now you've become my power." Now that is nothing like the original Hebrew text. Nothing. And that's not just a one-off case. That is his translation style. Now, the fact that he calls it a translation is more problematic because it's more Brian Simmons' impressions on the text. But there's a whole bunch of stuff even behind the scenes involved in what he thinks the Bible is. And instead of going to the Greek text, he goes to an Aramaic text, and then he uses some strange grammar. Okay, the whole point of this, we're not going to do a whole scholarly breakdown of the Passion Translation, but just simply to say that the Passion Translation is not a Bible to be using. I know it's been endorsed by some big names like Bill Johnson, a number of other people in the uber charismatic world, right? We're not going to go there with the Passion Translation. So again, if you're using the Passion Translation, my urge to you would be to consider using something else. And I know that might be hard for some people to hear, but it is not accurate. It is not true to the original text, and we ought to use something that is true to the original text.